Hey guys, we're gonna shift gears a little bit here today and talk about something else besides food, but I think it's very important. And I'm talking about knives and having quality knives, but more importantly, having sharp knives. I think having a sharp knife in your kitchen really makes it a whole lot easier. It's especially when preparing your food. So it's always been a pet peeve of mine, especially when I go to somebody's house and they hand me a knife that's dull, and I'm like, why, right? So I love using whetstones. If you are serious about working in the kitchen, or a semi-serious chef, and professional chefs as well, I think using a whetstone is a must to keep your knives sharp. But there's also a disadvantage of using a whetstone. You have to have the skill. You can't just go, especially with knives. There's different types of knives. I hold in my hand right now an Asian style knife, like a Japanese style knife. There's also European style knives, and those require different angles of sharpness. And you have to have the skill, again, to be able to sharpen your knife properly. I have a device here that's been making, I've seen this for a while. And it's a, let me do an unboxing right now. So it's this type of device. And supposedly, this is the easiest way right now to be able to sharpen your knife. So it's one of these. So you have a grinding stone on one side and also a honing stone on the other. And it does come with a magnetic base. And the magnetic base right here has the different angles for the different types of knives that you may have in your kitchen. So the most common ones are the 15-degree angle, and that's usually used for Asian style knives like these. And there's also the 20-degree angle, and that's for European knives, American knives, that sort of thing. Now, just as a caveat, there's still a place in your kitchen for one of these, the whetstone. When you want a more precise way of sharpening your knife, it's actually very, very useful for you to be able to learn how to use this, given that you know what the angle is for your specific type of knife that you're working with. So, if you have one of these at home, don't throw it away. This particular brand, which is Duwox, this is not sponsored, by the way. So, I bought this myself. What I liked about it is that it comes with additional grinding stones right here. And all you need to do is you need to take off, the grinding stone and put this one on. Again, for the type of use and the type of knife, however, I guess, fine you want your sharpness to be. So it also comes with a leather strap, kind of short, but at least they have one. It came with in the package, so at least I'm happy about that. You can either use something like this, or you can actually use an old belt if you need to to refine your edge. So what we're gonna do now is I'm going to try and sharpen a knife. So the first thing that you have to do is you have to find first of all, this is magnetic. So majority of knives that you're going to be working with are magnetic, or can be can stick to magnet. A lot of, sometimes you have a stainless steel knife that won't. Sometimes it won't work, but this one gladly does. So the first thing that you need to do is to find your angle. So we are going with this 15 degrees right here. I don't know if you can see that, 15 degrees, because we do have a Japanese or an Asian style knife. So what you do is you put your magnet in the middle, in here, and then you grab this grinding disc. I just want to make sure it's the grinding disc number 1, 400. So it's not the blue, it's this one. So what we need to do here is, hang on a second, I'm getting a little nervous. I'm gonna move it to this side so you can see. Right here. So you place the magnet in the middle of the blade so it doesn't move as much, and then what you need to do is you basically just follow the edge, right? I know we have an edge that kind of goes down over here a little bit, so you have to follow that down and angle it that way. But it's pretty easy to do. So just hold this, and then you have to apply light pressure, not too hard. You don't want to push this, right, where you mess up the angle of the blade. So just light pressure, and then just roll it down as you can. So this is the first time I'm doing this, and what they're saying is that I should do this for about 5 minutes. Let's check a little bit. I know it's hard to see, but I'm starting to get some, you see that? I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's starting to darken. That means some material from the knife is coming off. So, and let me show you this. Let me just get a paper towel. Material coming off. Do you see that? So you're getting material that's coming off of, that's actual metal that's coming from your knife. So let's keep going. I just wanted to show you that. Again, still 15 degrees. So right here. Take your time. Again, watch your hand. Make sure you don't cut yourself. So after you're done with that side, you're gonna want to do this side, right? So move it this, just flip it around and do the same thing. So so what I'm gonna do at this time is I'm going to hone. So what this means is I'm gonna go over to the honing side, the blue side, and this basically straightens the blade some more. You know when chefs, you see chefs on TV use this? That's the same thing. This is a honing material as well, and then you see them going this way, right? So what they're doing is straightening out the blade. So effectively doing, we're effectively doing the same thing with this honing disc is what they call it. Again, this is it's not the finest one. I think it's 3000 grit, which is fine for our uses. So a good way to test for sharpness is the paper test, right? To see if you can cut through the paper. Here we go. There it is. Oh my gosh. And it's not, again, it's not even as sharp as I really want it to be, but it's plenty sharp. Right there, so look at that. So another way to use this is if you have, the taller knife, like a cleaver. So I'm just going to do a demo here. So what you can do is you can put a butcher block. For this knife, I don't really need a high butcher block, so a chopping board. So, but you get the idea, right? So put it next to a chopping board like this. Get the angle, and then use the chopping board as a platform. And then you can go and do your sharpening that way. Again, if your knife is, let's say it comes up to here, it's thicker, just get a butcher block and put your knife on the counter, and then this is rolling on the butcher block like that. I mean, this even works for this. Another tip that I saw online is a lot of people like sharpening the edges or the tips of their knives. What you can do is you can concentrate here, I guess. But if you want to, and you're afraid to let the knife go or anything like that, or you're not as confident about it, holding the knife, just move your magnet that way to the front, and then you can just concentrate and then I can take this and back it up, and then I can do this part of the knife. And by the way, this thing is heavy. It's not really, it's at least a pound. So there's some weight. There's some weight there. Right. While it's on there, I can go ahead and clean it. Ugh. The strap, the leather strap right here, you can do that as well. So that's it. What do you guys think? I thought it worked very well, and I'm pretty happy with it. I know I said earlier that there are more expensive options, but again, this works out for me because it does have the other grinding stones, and not just, you know, the this 400 grit one. It comes with a 3000 grit, and so on and so forth. So I think that's a pretty good buy, and I think that it's worth it for having the, you know, the you gotta clean this part. Look, oh my gosh, look at that, it's dirty. Yeah. So yeah, that works, and I think they're all for the most part, they're all pretty much the same. It's the same grit. They all start with 400 and work their way up. So again, it's the same. So whether you buy an expensive one or a cheaper one, it's the same. So, all right, thank you for watching. I hope you got something out of this, and you know, let me know if you guys have ever worked on something like this, or maybe you find something better to sharpen your knife with. I'm gonna go ahead and tackle this one off camera. So thank you for joining me, guys, and I'll see you guys on the next video, and it's probably going to be a video about that right there. So it's a Nespresso coffee maker. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. I'm out.